Holy crap, man, they made this bike way faster. 33!
This Fat Tire electric bike claims it can go 28 miles an hour and up to 55 miles of range on a single charge. And in my opinion, this is probably one of the best bang for the buck Fat Tire e-bikes on the market this year. And don't worry, we're gonna test those claims in my 20-mile test ride. And you might be wondering why I'm also taking the battery off this bike and throwing it in the ocean in my review. But I'll tell you more about that in a few. It's got a UL certified battery and the price tag comes in at $13.99 before my discount code. I have a little link with the discount code down below this video in the description box if this bike is actually any good and you decide you want it. It's just like a normal-ish, legal-ish kind of Fat Tire e-bike. Not something crazy, but it ticks a lot of boxes I think a lot of people are looking for.
How do you feel on it?
I feel good on it, yeah. I really like the handlebars, the way they're like up. Once I had one, I wouldn't want to go back.
It has good get-up speed. And to be honest with you, the turning radius is really good.
All right, dudes, let those terminals dry out. Let's see if it works. Moment of truth.
And this is a minor detail, but as time goes on, you're just gonna see Velotric focuses on a lot of the minor details, but it just has a super easy open box. So we start out with a nice customer experience. Wish they had the same thing on the side, but they don't. What are you gonna do? And here's what it looks like when you get out of the box. There's a few important things I gotta show you on this thing, but first, let's take a look at the tires. CST, BFT, these are a little bit quieter than the typical Chow Yangs. They are the tall boys, 26, 4 inches wide, knobby tread, pretty typical. And it's got 180mm rotors on the disc brakes. And we can see this wheel will bolt down. There's no quick release, which on a Fat Tire e-bike, I think this is the way to roll. It's a little bit safer than a quick release in my opinion. I mean, these things got a little bit of weight. It's kind of almost like a mini motorcycle, honestly. With pedals, of course, so you get some exercise. Which, speaking of motor, it does have a geared hub motor. They rate it for 750 watts of continuous power. Definitely peaks out higher than that. And Velotric likes to give their drive systems fancy names. They call it the Velo Power. Honestly, who cares? This is a review. If you want to read a spec sheet, you can just look at the website. We're doing a review, dude. It is hydraulic brakes. There's no like brand or anything on there, which is fine. Come on. We also get a 180mm rotor on the back. This is perfectly acceptable stopping power. And look at the extra distance here on this axle. This will allow you to like put on like a dog trailer or some, you know, like a hitch, a tow trailer kind of deal. Sometimes if they don't give you enough space on there, then you won't be able to do that. Speaking of cargo, there is an area to attach a rack on the rear. We get a light on the back and there is a plastic fender attached. And moving up here to the frame, we can see the UL certified sticker. This is something you are not gonna see on almost any e-bike. A lot of the websites, they'll claim that they're UL certified. You can actually look up the UL certification on like the UL website. Like they really are UL certified. Now honestly, I've reviewed, you know, 150, 200 e-bikes. I've never had one catch on fire or anything like that, but the UL certification is just kind of like, the idea is, you know, it meets fire safety standards. And some places, you know, like New York City in particular, you need that to even have one of these things in your apartment. Battery size is 48 volts, 14.4 amp hours. So, you know, it's kind of like a middle of the road capacity. It's good because it keeps the weight down, but if you want like a super long range e-bike, this might not be your #1 option. There's always a balance between weight and range though. So the weight of this particular battery is 8.8 pounds. And this is the step through frame. You can't get the high step if you want the high step, but this kind of more smaller-ish battery and the step through frame is gonna make this bike a lot more approachable for a Fat Tire e-bike compared to, you know, the ones with the heavier batteries and a high step. Really makes a big difference. And to touch on comfort a little bit, it does have, you know, pretty typical soft wide seat and also front suspension. 80 mils of travel, pretty typical. And you get a basic lockout adjustment on the right stanchion. Before I forget, there are mounting points for a front rack. And also they have an adjustable height handlebar on the Nomad 1 Plus, so you can tilt that to your liking. So since I'm tall, I adjusted it to like the max angle. And another thing that helps with comfort on this bike is the handlebars kind of sweep back towards the rider. Gives you a little bit more of an upright riding position. It'll take strain off your arms and wrists by just kind of chilling back. And while we're up here, it does have ergonomic rubber grips bolted down. They're not gonna rotate on you. Get a thumb throttle with a little rubber pad on the left. Controls for pedal assist and headlight. We gotta put the display on ourselves. And on the right side, we get an 8-speed Shimano shifter, which is like one more gear than typical. And here's a peek at the hydraulic brake levers. And they give you this little box with the tools, charger, and all the goodies. You know, all the bells and pedals. That's how that quote goes, right? They give us a 3 amp charger. Battery is 14.4 amp hours. 14.4 divided by 3 is, it's about 4.5 hours to charge from empty to full. Pedals are plastic, so these things aren't gonna tear up your shins if you hit yourself. Probably no promises. So if you never built an e-bike before, no need to be intimidated. Just buy it in the link below this video. It'll show up to your door in this box. Follow my video. Don't use a drill, just use the tools I give you. It's really not bad at all. Well, that's somewhat interesting. They give us this quick release. They give us this quick release axle, but that quick release is not compatible with the axle on this wheel. As I mentioned earlier in this video, this one will bolt on. This is always easier if you take the battery out the frame first. Easy peasy. And as I review more and more of these bikes, I'm really becoming a fan of these wheels that bolt down, especially when I'm riding these things 28, 38, 48 miles an hour. It just feels more secure. Now when your bike arrives, it's probably gonna come with the cable looking like this. If you want it to look pretty in pictures, just kind of unwind this whole thing and wind it back up. It's a budget e-bike, not a perfect e-bike. Looks a little better, right? Also, clean these guys up. Pretty solid. And good luck getting 30 PSI in these tires without one of these things. So let's fact check the weight of this thing real quick. I'll step on the scale holding the bike, 263.0. And now not holding the bike, 199. I'm not doing bad. So 64 pounds for the bike, plus what do we say, about 8 for the battery, 8.8, 64 plus 8.8. So only 72 pounds on this fatty, man. Not bad for a fat tire e-bike. And here's a quick little peek at the 8 gears on the cassette. Shimano Altus derailleur Nomad, no derailleur guard. Careful not to knock your bike over. And up front, they give us a guard on the right side of the chainring. Let's go ahead and throw that battery on there. And let's fire this thing up. So we get a basic display. No color, but it is easy to read, and there is a backlight, miles per hour, battery life, trip. Let's tap through those. So odometer, average speed, max speed, time, and kilocalories, and power. Love to see that one always. So we're gonna see what the peak power is on this bike here shortly. And it's a 48 volt system. There's your stuff. 5 levels of pedal assist, most likely, yes sir. And to turn the headlight on, you hold the plus button for a moment. It'll dim the display just a bit. You can see that light did kick on there, and it's on the headlight, so you can see it shining over there on the ride today. Also, there is a light integrated into the rear, and when you grab the brake lever, it lights up a little brighter. If you turn off the light holding that plus button, the light actually still stays on even when you turn off your headlight, so you always have that light running back there. Nice little safety feature. And just to show you the size of this e-bike real quick, I'm 6'5", inseam 34, seat is on max height, handlebars are pretty much on the max. Step-through frame makes it easy for it to get on and off this bike if you're tall or short. These step-through frames are just awesome, dude. I don't care what they say about it being a girl's bike, man. It's easier to get on and off, easier to handle. And here's what my pedal stroke looks like. Pretty solid for a comfy upright riding position. Handlebars definitely get you in that upright handle. Upright riding position. I was balancing this for a moment. So I'll drop the seat down onto minimum height. Handlebars are on max. Here's what I'm looking like with the seat on minimum height. This bike will fit a wide variety of individuals. I'm probably slightly too large at 6'5". I think 6'4" is like the max height for this bike technically. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna have fun on it though. You could actually put a longer seat post in there if you want, if you're tall, really tall. The seat post diameter is 30.9 millimeters. So if you wanna swap it out for a longer one, or a suspension seat post, that's the millimeters for you. And we're gonna adjust the top speed in a minute, but let's see what it can do out of the box. So let's go ahead and see what the motor sounds like. Throw this thing on pedal assist 5, spin up that motor. Whoa. That's not the motor, the fender is rubbing there. We'll straighten that out. So pedal assist 5, let's try that again. Ready, go. So we're gonna go 20 out of the box. Pretty quiet gear motor. Stock settings before adjusting it would bring us on up to 20 pretty gently. But it's pretty easy to just follow the instructions on the packet and increase that speed to a max of 28. And now we should have some juice. Ready, go. So after unlocking it to 28, it will take us up to supposedly 4.8 mpHs. We're gonna have to go out there and give it a little ride. Dudes, let's check out the Velotric Nomad 1 Plus for a ride. We're gonna check our official range on this battery and also throw it in the ocean to see if it truly is IPX7 rated. We'll go ahead and start it out on the stock settings and then we'll dial everything up in a few. Let's do it. So to turn on those headlights, you just hold this plus button, have a nice bright light there, and the rear light stays on and we get a brake light back there. Even if you turn off all the lights, that light on the rear still stays on, so a little safety feature. And going through the little gerbil tunnel here, that light is pretty bright on the front actually. So let's go ahead and try it on the 20% grade, see how she does. Super easy to get on this bike with a step-through frame. We have it on pedal assist 5, I weigh 200 pounds. Shows us our power output right here. I'm not gonna pedal at all. Let's just see what kind of torque it has. They say 75 Newton meters, so it's not giving us all the power, I can tell. 800 and 900, oh, okay. Now it is giving us like 1,000 watts, 1,100 watts, 12. Whoa, I don't know, man. They might have changed the gearing on this bike a little bit to get that top speed out of it. Yeah, I can tell the power delivery is a little bit more gentle than it used to be on the OG. So rolling in at about, whatever, 6 miles an hour. Now it's kind of ramping on the power. Watch your head, 900, 1,000 watts, 1,100 watts, 1,100 watts, and that thing is way more than 1,100 watts right there. One of those illegal bikes. Let's put this thing on pedal assist 1, more of an electric bicycle than an electric motorcycle. We're gonna start out on gear 1, pedal assist 5, and just help it just a little bit here, give it just a little bit of torque from our legs and see how it does here. So 600 watts, 700 watts, and just barely even helping it, like a tiny fraction, 1,000 watts of power, so pretty solid. So interesting, yeah, they changed the power delivery on this bike on the Plus version. We gotta try this one more time. Let's do throttle only from like right here, ready to go. So 300 watts, 400 watts, 500 watts, we are gonna get hit. 900 watts, 1,000 watts, 1,000 watts, 1,100 watts, so it can do it with a little bit of rollout. I wonder if we unlock the full potential of it, that'll change things. Let's just do it real quick. So to unlock the top speed, you hold the plus and power button for 20 seconds, and then we'll just, crank it on up to the max of 28, see if that unlocks any more torque and stuff. All right, with everything unlocked, we'll give it full throttle now. And it appears to be giving the same power delivery right around 600 watts. Good thing I have my helmet on. 900 watts, 1,000 watts, almost 1,100 watts power. So we can pull this up to 20% grade. I feel like they changed the gearing more for high speed than like crazy off the line torque, but it feels like a more natural, easy accelerating experience than the original Nomad. And let's put those settings back on the default real quick. All right, we got it back on 20 mph, the stock default settings, and let's give it a try here. So pedal assist 1, yes, super easy on the power delivery. First thing I really noticed about this bike is just the comfort, like the upright riding position, like just a very comfortable, chill, fat tire e-bike to be on. Throwing on my polarized shades, I can see that screen perfectly fine. So it is a basic display, but gives you all the information you need and more, including power and kilocalories burned. Pedal assist 1, it is a cadence sensor on the Nomad 1 Plus, and it'll take us up to about 10 miles an hour, pedal assist 1. If you throw it on 0, you get no power at all. And pedaling this thing with no assistance at all, you know, you got a little bit of weight there, but you know, if your battery dies or something, you'll be fine and get home cruising about 5-6 miles an hour, no problem. But since it is a cadence sensor, it doesn't matter how hard you press on the pedals, it's just gonna give you a consistent level of power. Feels very chill. You could probably get your 55 miles of claimed range if you're going about 10 miles an hour on pedal assist 1. I mean, you know, if you're looking for a nice, chill, upright, fat tire, cruiser style e-bike, balanced handlebars, this could be a good choice for you. The price on this one's not too bad for what you get. Should pedal assist 2 now. It dials it up here just a bit. 250 watts there. Just gives you a little bump in power up to 12-ish on the stock settings. We are gonna unlock the top speed in a minute, see how that changes up the speeds. And I have to say, even though it's not like as crazy strong of a hill climber as the OG Nomad, it's a much more pleasant riding experience. I remember the original Nomad just feeling really jerky off the line. Let's try this one on pedal assist 2 from a stop here. And on gear 4 now, yeah,
I mean, it doesn't like try and throw you off the back, gives you a pretty gentle ramp up in power. So let's try pedal assist 3. We're in gear 4. Oh yeah, I feel it kicking a little bit harder now that we're moving a little bit faster here. Brings us up to giving us about 350 watts of power, 15 miles an hour. And this feels like a nice natural cadence here on gear number 5 out of 8, pedal assist 3. Let's go to gear number 6. Yeah, so I mean, if you're looking for something to, you know, get some exercise on more of an electric bicycle than an electric motorcycle, that's what this is kind of feeling like to me. And that'll just hold us at about 15 on pedal assist 3. Even if we stop pedaling and then smash the throttle, that'll give us pedal assist speed. So you kind of get like 5 levels of pedal assist using, or 5 levels of cruise control using just holding down the throttle if you don't feel like pedaling. And then we'll try pedal assist 4 here, just holding the throttle down. That gives us a bump in wattage up to holding, just it'll do what it needs to give you to get you up to about 17, then dials you back. And I can keep up pedaling at about, on gear number 6 here, and gear number 7. Looks like we got somebody getting in trouble here. Something going on there. And pedal assist 5, before we end up unlocking it, will take us up to the max of 20 miles an hour. So class 2 speeds by the book. Now we can unlock it, go faster than that. Pedal assist 5, holding down the throttle, limits us to 20 miles per hour. Are the brakes gonna work? They are hydraulic, they better. They do. So far, we have burned 12 kilocalories. Cool. Yeah, I'd say by far the biggest difference I noticed between the original Nomad and the Nomad 1 Plus is just the power delivery. Pedal assist 5, like from a dig, like it's just kind of ramping that power on nice and gentle. Whereas before it would be like boom, which was like kind of thrilling and super awesome for dominating hills, but not so much for like a pleasant riding experience, if you will. And now I'm gonna hold that plus and power button here for about 20 seconds and unlock the top speed. All right, there we go. Dial this thing up to 28, see how that affects the pedal assist levels and stuff. So now on assist 1, let's just see. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna bring us up to 13 on pedal assist 1. I'll try pedal assist 2. So it looks like we're just gonna be getting some higher speeds across the board by a little bit here. Yeah, now we get 17 on pedal assist 2 and then pedal assist 3. Giving, I saw about 1200 watts peaking out there. This will bring us up to about 21 or so. And front suspension on this bike, I don't think I have it unlocked even, but yeah, we're doing all right, man. You probably, you know, this thing's probably gonna be more for on the street kind of riding. Is that suspension unlocked? Oh yeah, it is. So it's got a basic lock and unlock switch on there. And pretty soft front suspension. You can do a little bit of light trail riding on this, but you're probably gonna want like a suspension seat post. Actually, you know that the seat's pretty good on this one, that like vacuum seat thing. Let's do pedal assist 4 here, get out into traffic. And yeah, gentle, pleasant riding experience going on here. Not pedaling, it will take us up to faster than the OG Nomad, I can tell you that, because we're on pedal assist 4 going 26, and then we'll press pedal assist 5 going into headwind here. Oh, got a police here on throttle only doing into headwind, giving about 1,000 watts there up to 27, 28. Woo! And we're gonna try and make this light here, and we're on gear number 8 now, so we definitely get a higher top speed over the OG Velotric Nomad. We'll see what we can hit with a little bit of a tailwind here in a minute. Now with the size battery that is on this one, you're probably not going to want to be doing too much riding over 28 miles an hour unless you're just going to be on like a shorter trip, because once you start going hitting speeds like 28 compared to 20, you're gonna burn through your battery about twice as fast just going 28 versus 20. Hold on, buddy. See, this guy's not expecting us to be going so fast, but now we are on the Nomad 1 Plus. I'm gonna demonstrate the power on its own again. We'll do 0 to 20 acceleration with everything unlocked. Ready, go. Easy on the power, 400 watts, 500 watts, 600 watts. So dials it kind of up as you go faster. 13, 15, 17, 20, and with everything unlocked, now throttle will work beyond 20. So if you're looking for the fastest electric bike, this is not going to be the one for you. But if you're looking for something that's comfy and you can actually kind of pedal to get some exercise on, the weight's not too ridiculously high, and is legal, this probably is not a bad choice. And we're going to throw it on pedal assist 5, whip this thing around, see what we can do on the top end. So it gives about 900 watts there, 1,000 watts, jumping around, 1,200 watts, not pedaling. I can keep up. 27, 28, 29 on board, 28 on my GPS, 29 on my GPS, 30 now, 31 on the GPS, 31 on the GPS, 33 on the onboard. Can we get 32? 32 miles an hour, wow. So, oh, and I can actually keep up on the pedaling, so let's see if we can hit 33, why not, dude? We are flown in traffic, holy crap, man, they made this bike way faster. 33, pedaling a little bit, we can do 35 on board and 33 on my GPS, so my goodness, they made this Nomad 1 quite a bit faster on the Nomad 1 Plus edition compared to where it used to top out only at 25. Oh man, that's pretty legit. I feel a little bit exposed out here sitting in traffic. I did not mean to get myself in this predicament here. I really was not expecting that thing to be able to hit 33 miles an hour. Whoa, some shopping carts full of goodies. So let's go ahead and try and run it up this sand hill, see how she does. Whoa! Definitely entered with some speed there, but due to the wide 4-inch wide tires, knobby tread tires, and tall, you're able to get through just fine. No suspension on the rear, so a little bit rough going through here, but not too shabby with the front suspension. Oh, we got some police truck here. So one thing that's good about this bike is this one is like, you know, a lot more legal than a lot of the stuff that we see on this channel. There are limits and regulations on to how much power and torque and all that stuff you can have on e-bikes. Let's see if we can get through this little sand right here. I think they say 75 Newton meters of torque on this one. So it's probably on like the upper end of what you can legally do. Easy to get on and off this bike. Looks like the cops are actually just out here playing basketball. Oh, that was darn close. What a place to live, man. How tall are you?
5'11".
5'11". For the audience to kind of see how the bike fits different people and stuff. Drop it a little more maybe. Designed to fit up to 6'4". I forget what the minimum height, yeah.
That would be good, yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, so throttle's here.
Throttle's here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. .5'11". Seems to be enjoying himself.
That's good get up speed.
Yeah, good torque.
And to be honest with you, the turning radius is really good. Like how tight you can turn it. Obviously, I took a turn in that little sidewalk, but I didn't even have to get on the sand or anything like that.
That's awesome.
It picks up speed like as soon as you press it. That's nice.
Awesome.
That's really nice.
They sell this for $1,400. Actually, you can get a little bit cheaper than that, like probably around $1,340 or so.
Man.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the style bike that you like, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's dope. That's that's a nice one. Digital screen too. It's clear, super clear.
Yeah, you can see it really easily. It's just basic, no color, but like a lot of times, like they're not bright enough to see. This one's good.
Especially in the sunlight like this.
Yeah.
How long do you think the battery's gonna last you without having to charge it?
So let's go ahead and veer off here, try this thing out on the sand, see what she can do. We'll drop it down a couple gears and put this thing up onto pedal assist 5 and full throttle. So the taller 26-inch wheels are better for handling out here, but you're not going to get quite as much power down to the ground, or not quite as much torque as like shorter wheels. This is actually doing a little better than I thought it would. How much wattage are we getting here? Dang it, I lost my balance. Oh, it stopped on us. So it's trying to preserve the motor, try not to like let you burn up the motor, because if you start pushing these gear hub motors too hard when you're going slow, they will burn themselves up eventually. So just turn that off, turn that back on, throw it on pedal assist 5. Throttle will work now. And let's just get it down here a little bit. And look at that chopper up there, man. Let's do throttle now, see if it can get us rolling down here. Yeah, once it gets like a harder pack sand, we're good to go. Now in a little bit, we're gonna try and throw the battery in the water there and see about how it holds up. They say it's IPX7, so it should be good. Yeah, as you can see on like the harder pack sand down here, it does a little, definitely way more better. Like the tires are wide enough and tall enough that we could probably go out here for a long time like this. Work around the surfboards here. The tide could easily take us out. And let's try and go up this hill and get a little pedaling in here. We do have a bit of a tailwind here, plowing through the really soft sand. How much power is it giving us? 0, cut off again. So yeah, it's got some mechanisms built in here to prevent you from burning up your motor. But if you're trying to get out here for a little beach day trip or something, you could just definitely hop off to the side here and use your throttle. That's what it's for. Well, one of the reasons it's for. But yeah, I wouldn't buy this one exclusively for riding in the sand. I mean, you're gonna want dual motor. Probably, yeah, definitely dual motor or mid-drive motor if that's your goal. So in just a few, we're gonna come back, drop the PSI in these tires because it did say to pump them up to 30 PSI, which makes it really hard for riding in the sand. But if you drop the PSI, the tire will sit a little better on top of the sand. We'll see how it does, and then we'll take that battery and throw it in the ocean and see how it holds up. But first, we gotta go try the California Incline and test the brakes. As you likely know, the California Incline is that 12% grade, 85 feet tall. Let's go see how it does. There's a random shopping cart here with boxes on it. Interesting. So rolling into the loop-de-loop here, we will do pedal assist 5 throttle only, see what kind of power it gives us. Easy to balance this thing going around the corner, throttle only pulling 980 watts of power. And for the main portion of the California Incline here, we'll throttle only here, and 500 watts of power, 600 watts of power, 7 watts of power, 8 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour, pulling 900 watts. And as you can see, we are gaining ground on the cyclist without a motor here very easily, no pedaling, 17 miles an hour, absolutely blowing by him as he busts his booty trying to pedal up this thing. 19 miles an hour, and got a Cybertruck here over to the left. We're filming them, filming us, doing 1,000 watts, hitting 19 at the top of the California Incline, no pedaling. So as long as that hill doesn't get too steep and you don't rely totally on the throttle, this thing can do some hills for sure. Let's try the brakes though. So throw it in gear number 8. We are rolling on hydraulic 180 millimeter rotors. This dude is still over here trying to make it up the hill. We are cooking down the hill into a headwind here, 31, and we got some people. So we're gonna get on the brakes, and they are hydraulic brakes, and they give you a nice feedback, good stopping power for the weight of the bike. Yeah, these brakes are great, man. It doesn't have like any brand name listed on there, but I mean, they feel good, the levers feel good. This is exactly the kind of brakes you want on a bike like this. I think I'm just gonna bump this guy's shopping cart off the path. So we got a Ram truck here. Oh shoot. I did not mean to do that, but oh well. What's done is done. That thing was just blocking the bike path though. So let's go ahead and give it a brake test from about 20 miles an hour and go. Yeah, really solid brakes on this thing. Just don't pull them too far and send yourself over the handlebars. They're really smooth and linear feedback, nice grips, or nice handles. Perfectly sufficient for a bike of this weight. So we're gonna head on home, check the final range, but first we're gonna stop by the ocean, throw this battery in the water, see how it does on the IPX7 rating, see if it'll still work after we do that. Then we'll check the final range, but first let me share my final thoughts while we head on over there. The list price of this one is $13.99, and the link below this video in the description. I also have a coupon code down there, so if you do decide you wanna grab this and get the best price and also help support this review, just click on that link before you buy and also use my coupon code to get the best price. In general, I mean, they just basically took the Nomad, made it faster and a little more refined all around. So pretty solid fat tire electric bike if you're looking for something for cruising, number 1 in comfort, 2 at high speed, and also 3 at a reasonable price for what you get. Now this is a UL certified battery. A lot of brands out there do not have UL certified batteries, so it's always a little reassuring, you know, on the safety, fire safety and all that of the actual electrical system. Check out that. having the UL certified battery. Velotric UL certified batteries is one of the very few electric bikes I will actually leave plugged in to my charger when I leave my place, or sometimes even if I'm sleeping. Most of these batteries, I do not charge them while I am not right next to it, just in case something goes down. But UL certification gives you that little extra, you know, safety blanket. So let's go see if this thing can actually hold up to the water out in the ocean or not. I saw the video that Fabian posted the other day with the guy getting his bike impounded.
I know, that's like pretty close to what you had, I think,
yeah.
right?
But this one, I feel a lot safer on this one out here, because this one, well, this one's actually just, you know, it's more legal. You know, it's a 750 watt e-bike. It'll peak out.
There's a lot of these down here, I think, right?
Oh yeah, there is actually. I saw a couple. 6'1", right?
6'2".
Oh, 6'2". Yeah, you can adjust the seat to wherever you want. Throttle's on the left there. How do you feel on it?
I feel good on it, yeah. I really like the handlebars, the way they're like up. It's very comfortable.
I agree. That was like my very first impression. It was like, this bike is comfortable.
And I like the step through. I haven't had a step through before. Once I had one, I wouldn't want to go back.
It's so easy getting on and off. It's pretty gentle on the power, so you'll see.
I was actually looking at the street version of these. Yeah, nice, feels good.
Yeah.
Feels very refined.
Refined, you said?
Yeah.
Even on 5, like it used to be the Nomad was like, not refined is what I would say. It gave you like a lot of like power and torque like right off the line, but it was almost like kind of like jerky and almost kind of too much.
Actually, this is kind of like that sometimes.
Okay.
It just kicks in and gives you a bunch of power. I wish it had like a soft start in every. I don't know if you could do that in every pedal assist mode.
That's how this one is.
You got to be careful. You got to always have your hand on the brake.
Yeah.
Because it might just shoot you through some people or something.
Like a Mustang. The Discover 2 is a very nice bike. I really like that one a lot.
The only issue though is I think it's 500 watts and this is 750, right?
Yeah, you definitely get more power on the...
Yeah, so that kind of turned me off to it.
All right, dudes, here's the deal. We're gonna drop the tire pressure in this thing, then take it out on the sand and see if we can do it. Like when it's too much PSI, it just kind of like digs into the sand, but as you drop the PSI, you have more surface area sitting on top of the sand. We're gonna drop it down to a guesstimated 12 PSI. Yep, that is much less PSI there. And now with more like 12 PSI in the tire, not pedaling at all yet. Start pedaling just a little bit, just help it out just a bit. Yeah, we're doing a lot better on the sand with lower PSI as expected, because that tire can just kind of sit on top and float across the sand a lot better. We're gonna get down here away from the people, then take this battery and chuck it in the water. Man, we're really torturing this battery today though. How am I gonna actually put this battery out there and be able to retrieve it without it getting washed away? Hello, buddy. He's not listening to his mom. Well, they say IPX7 rated. I guess it doesn't say anything about sandproof or anything. I don't know, man. I'm kind of nervous about this. This is the one right here, dude. Oh, jeez. I hope I don't lose that battery. It's just chilling there. I hope it doesn't get washed away. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That one. There it goes. There it goes. That's really getting wet there. So it says it can go under the water for 30 minutes at a decent level of depth. Oh gosh, here we go. Get a little extra one in there, why not? Not sure what the sand rating is on this thing. Oh gosh, this battery is quite muddy, and there's a connection. Oh, maybe we can get it cleaned off a little here with this water. This is a wonderful idea, dude, let me tell you. Well, it's not exploding or anything yet, so that's a good sign. Clean me. Seriously, dude, how am I supposed to get all the sand off here? Oh, there we go. No, there we don't go. Oh, there's a big one here. My phone's about to get washed away. Don't worry, your boy came prepared. I have some paper towels. Good as new, maybe, maybe not. We shall see. All right, dudes, let those terminals dry out for about 5-10 minutes there, and let's see if it works. Moment of truth. Boom. We are in business. That is amazing. So, throw it on pedal assist 5 and get this thing rolling. Throw on our watt meter here, and yeah, man, full power, dude. We're rolling. Back in business. So it can do actually like a lot more deeper water than that. You can do a couple meters up to 30 minutes. so IPX7 is like very waterproof. And now it's lower PSI, about 12 PSI in this tire. We're skating across here a little better, but we are going uphill in very soft sand, so. Oh yeah, I think we're breaking away now. So lower PSI in the tires is always super clutch for riding in the sand. Dang, that actually did better than I was expecting. And we'll just top that up here just a little bit. And we're at 3 out of 5 battery bars, 16.3 miles, hour and a half in. Let's make it home and see where we're at. And since this bike can go basically 30, we're gonna go the fast way, take the street. Speed kills range, but we're gonna kill this battery on the way home. Yeah, still pulling 30. To talk about range, see, we're pulling about 600 watts. And the battery is what, right around 700 watt hours? If you ran this speed for 1 hour, 600, or let's just say 700 watts for 1 hour, that's 700 watt hours. So, I mean, yeah, math. But if you slowed it down to like 20, we'd only be doing like 300 watts. So, I mean, yeah, as you can see, here is a normal cyclist that we are gonna just absolutely cook, not even pedaling. Ah, no problem holding high speed on flat ground. All these dudes missed the memo on riding their e-bike today. Now they gotta sit in traffic, suckers. And on top of beating traffic, we are burning 176 calories out here, according to the little meter here. I wonder how accurate that is. And just rolling back into the neighborhood here, just crossed over 20 miles exactly. 2 bars out of 5 remaining on the range meter there. Hour 41 minutes ride time. So in general, you know, not the largest, hugest range for this e-bike. There are e-bikes with bigger batteries, but ultimately, you know, I think you want basically the smallest battery that you actually really need for your riding distance, because like a bigger battery adds more weight, makes the bike more lethargic in the handling department and just heavier in general. They say you can do 55 miles of range on this one. You could certainly do that if you were on like pedal assist 1, but not the way I was riding. Maybe, you know, I'd end up around 35 or so. Anyway, all around, Nomad 1, pretty solid electric bike. If you have decided this is the e-bike for you, click that link down below the video. Use my link and discount code, get the best price on it, and also help support these reviews. However, if this is not the kind of electric bike you're looking for, watch this video right here on the screen, because YouTube is recommending it to you, and YouTube knows exactly what you like to watch. So yeah, check it out. Catch you over there.